What's going on, guys? It is Boost HD here, and today I'm going to be doing a different sort of video that's different from my technical videos. So as you can tell from the title below, we're going to be taking a look at Benefit Street. And for those of you who don't know, or for those of you who are unsure, Benefit Street was it's a TV series started Monday, and it's filmed in Birmingham on a street named James Turner Street. And they call it Benefit Street because they claim that 95 to 90 to 95% of people on that street they don't work and they claim off benefits. And from that has drawn up so much controversy, so much uproar from just this week. I mean, we're on Friday, and already from Monday a lot of uproar and controversy has been created in the media. So if you go and take a look at the actual program yourself, if you want to go and watch it yourself, you can just simply go on 4OD and just catch up from there. And series 2, well, not series 2, but episode 2 will be coming out next week. So anyway, about the controversy and the uproar. So you really have to assess this from two political sides of the spectrum. You have your left side, which will compose of your left realists, your Labour government, and those on the Marxists on that side. And on your right hand side, you will have your conservative, your capitalist groups, your right realists, and your Tory party, and all of those people will be on the right hand side. And there's a sociologist that I've actually been able to quote from the right hand side, is a right realist. His name is Murray, and he argues that the crime, which is evident on the actual street itself, is due to a growing underclass, and that is the people that don't work, so they're below the working class, and they claim off the benefit of the welfare state. And this is one of the main reasons why there's so much conservative and capitalist uproar, because they're saying that look at the country that we're living in right now. People are claiming out the benefits, people are refusing to work, they're referring to drugs and alcohol and all sorts of addictions, rather than trying to be good-hearted people and going out to work. Whereas you have people on your left-hand side who are arguing the complete opposite, and they're trying to say, well, look at the conservative government, look at all the upper class people. They're taking all our jobs, like from Margaret Thatcher in the 1980s. Close down all of the mines that took place, and then there was a massive uproar in the 80s about people losing their jobs in the mine and the quarries and all sorts of things like that. And it's just another example of, since we're in such a double-dip recession right now, or even a triple-dip recession, it's a clear example of that people are arguing there's no jobs, therefore what else are we to do? So another theory that I've been able to outsource is Merton strain theory, and it's another example of what these people have actually turned to. So Merton argues that the normal person would actually conform to society's moral values and be good-hearted people, go out to work and all sorts, whereas these people are showing examples of innovation and retreatism, where they're looking at other sources to try and gain money. For example, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's a gentleman in there who tried to steal all these G-Star jeans and all sorts of high brand clothing, and then try to sell it on in order to make money. Now, we all know that that is illegitimate means by comparison by the normal person who would go out and work for that money. So that is a clear example of what the right realists, or people on the right hand side of the political spectrum, would actually argue, that those type of forms of behaviour are just not acceptable in today's society. And then you'll also have the fact that they've turned to drugs and alcohol as a source of completely going against society's norms and values. But then again, if you turn to the left-hand side of the political spectrum, they'll say, well, what else do we have to do? We've got no money, we're having to claim off benefits. The landlords, whoever's in charge of the council, they're not helping us. So if we've already convicted once, and what are we to do? They're just going to keep on convicting and convicting and convicting until they just end up into an infinite amount of crimes, and they're just going to keep on landing themselves in prison constantly. And that pretty much backs onto Lamarck's theory of primary and secondary deviance, if you look at it from a sociological point of view. So this is why you cannot just dive straight into this actual TV series without looking at the facts and the figures, because I know a lot of you would just look at that and would just say that is terrible, that is awful, these people, they're low lives, they're not this. But you have to take into consideration that these people, there is evidence of them trying to search for jobs, but they're arguing that the people and the actual employers are just turning them down because of their reputation, mainly because they probably haven't got any qualifications, or for whatever reason they've turned to drugs and alcohol, as I mentioned, and they're just getting turned down from jobs. And there is evidence that they're trying to work hard. I mean, there's a gentleman on there as well. He claimed that he came from a very well-off family. He had a nice car, a nice house, a good family, and then for some reason or another, due to depression, or we're not unsure as of yet, he turned to drugs and alcohol, and then he landed up on Benefit Street, having to claim the benefits, and now he's living a very, very, very sad life so far, without having to turn to all these drugs, drink, and all sorts of addictions. And that is one clear example of what should be taken into consideration. So anyway guys, I hope you understand that this has to be taken clearly, rather than just diving straight into, yeah, we have to assess the points and figures, and this is a really good program to assess. It gives a massive, almost a blanket feel about not just that things that are going on in one city, but also things that are going on across the whole of the UK or even across the whole of the world. That it draws attention to all sorts of suffrage and poverty and and people living below the poverty line, what they're experiencing and how this is having a knock-on effect on their society, and how the change in society of a new government is having a knock-on effect on their lives. So anyway guys, if I was to judge this up and say how I personally feel about this, as I've mentioned, it gives a clear example of what's going on in society today, and it's almost trying to justify why these things are happening. It does give a massive example about what is happening, and people who are living below the poverty line, those who are trying to work themselves back up, but they're just being pushed down so much they actually cannot get back up, and they're stuck in this retreatist idea of a dead-end job, or they're just stuck in low-paid work and they can't keep going up above the careers ladder. And that's pretty much what I think about this whole TV series. So anyway guys, thank you for watching. This has been Boost HD here. Take care and bye for now. That there's not just poverty in third world countries, there's poverty all around us, even in a well-developed country like the UK.